Hey, Maga rats, the Republicans just dropped their new bill in terms of what they want to do for the economy. And they're cutting Social Security, Medicaid, SNAP, which is like food stamps, Meals on Wheels. They're not putting in the no tax on tips and no tax on overtime. They were never going to put that in. You stupid fucks fell for that. They said that in order to get you to vote for them because the Conservative Party knows that in order to get votes, they need to appease to the stupidest people in the United States. That's not my opinion. There is data to prove this. If you vote right wing, you are most likely less educated than me. That's because the more educated you are, the more likely you are to vote for a Democratic candidate. That's not my opinion. That is statistics. If you voted MAGA, you're probably dumb. Cry about it, bitch about it, moan about it. I couldn't give less of a fuck. But MAGA, why do you want to cut benefits for the VA? Why do you want to get rid of Medicaid, which is healthcare for 72 million Americans? Why do you want to get rid of SNAP benefits, which is how 42 million Americans get their food? Why do you want to do all of these things that will destroy the country? And then at the same time, you advocate for the billionaire class. Why is it that you are advocating for your own demise? Does it have something to do with the fact that you're unironically dumber than a medieval peasant? Does it have something to do with that?
I'm leaving MAGA, why I'm leaving MAGA, I regret my vote. You don't actually regret your vote. You just regret that your vote is now negatively affecting you. You knew that your vote was going to negatively affect some people, and you didn't care then because there's a little bit of a bait and switch with Trump, right? A little bit being, I would say, egg prices and food costs. But aside from that, he's doing everything he said he was going to do. You just didn't think it was going to affect you. But you were okay with it affecting everybody else. Didn't care that he was a convicted felon because it didn't affect you. And it's wild to think that you would think this man wouldn't lie to you even though he's a convicted felon. That's crazy. And you also didn't seem to care that he was obviously not qualified for the job anymore. And like, listen, I'm glad that you regret who you voted for. You should regret it. But I also think it's really important to do just like a little bit of inner work and ask yourself why you didn't care before. This awful feeling that you're feeling now, your livelihood being affected, how awful that feels, and watching other people that it hasn't affected yet, because it will, them not caring that you're affected. The thing is, we tried to warn you. We tried. Hopefully we get to have another vote. Who knows? It seems as though our government is slowly falling apart, so we may not. Important to remember that billionaires do not have your best interests in mind. They have never and will never have your best interests in mind.
So we went from he's gonna fix the economy and he's going to bring down the price of groceries and the cost of living, and he's going to get rid of taxes on overtime income and tip income, to he's going to run up the deficit, he's going to buy $500 million in Cybertrucks, he's going to get rid of Medicaid, or Medicare was it, I don't want to misspeak, he's going to try to privatize or destroy Social Security, he's going to give more tax breaks to billionaires, and he's raising taxes on the low and middle income earners in this country. And at no point will any Trump supporter ever admit that they were stupid, because they are stupid. They will somehow continue to move the goalpost. You voted for a moron because you're a moron. And rather than admit that you got played, you're going to keep on with this sunk cost fallacy because you're in a cult. Well, I guess if there's any solace, it's that while the rest of our lives are being ruined, your lives are also going to be ruined, because you are way closer to being homeless than you are to being a millionaire.
Regarding all these farmers that are now crying about possibly losing their farms because they voted for Trump, this is why you absolutely should not feel bad for any of these farmers that voted for Trump. Now, the ones that didn't vote, yes, feel sorry for them, go support them, do whatever you need to do. But the ones that voted for Trump, do not feel sorry for them, and let me tell you why. I am a builder, and I've been building shit in Oklahoma City going on like 20 years now, and farmers are not stupid. If you have the ability to manage a farm and understand the weather, the climate, your machinery, the chemistry that goes into your crops, you are not a stupid person. You're just not. And especially when you come from generational farming, you have the ability to look ahead and predict what you need to survive. And so when you have two candidates where you have Kamala Harris on one side giving you a whole fucking list of shit that she's going to do for you and make your life better, and then you have Trump on the other side who can't even come out with a normal sounding sentence, and you still vote for that guy, and you are a farmer, you are either racist or sexist or both. And they're only crying now because now they are being treated exactly how they voted for other people to be treated. Got that? They are being treated how they voted for other minorities, people of color, everybody else, poor people, sick people. That's how they voted for other people to be treated. And now they're the ones being treated that way by losing their livelihood, their homes, their income, their farms. So do not feel sorry for them. This is exactly what they had coming. Quick follow-up as to why exactly would Trump be doing this to farmers anyways? And I'm guessing 99% chance it's because he wants to bankrupt farms so his corporate buddies can come in and do a land grab. Basically what you have been seeing the last few years, major companies buying up a bunch of rental houses and jacking up the price of rents, and it's all going to corporations. It's probably something similar to let these farms go to foreclosure and his corporate buddies be able to come in, swoop them up, and now you've got bigger companies involved in more of our day-to-day food,